Good day everyone, and I am Felma and I am assigned to report of one of the region of Visayas, the Eastern Visayas, or known as Region 8. Eastern Visayas, officially known as Region 8. It occupies the easternmost portion of Visayas group in the central Philippines. The region is composed of 6 provinces, which are Biliran, Leyte, Southern Leyte, Samar, Northern Samar, and Eastern Samar. And then Tacloban serving as its administrative and economic center. The region covers approximately 23,251 square kilometers of land area and includes numerous islands, which are the largest of which Leyte and Samar. Despite of its natural beauty and rich biodiversity, it is also among the most hazard-prone region due to its position along the Pacific Typhoon Belt and the Philippine Fault Zone. So that's why we ato ang mabantayan dito nga dapit nga mostly if na ay typhoon nga mo agi sa ato mapsud sa atong Philippine Area of Responsibility is possibly jud may agian ang dadto nga dapit ang Eastern Visayas. Eastern Visayas lies between 11 degree 30 to 12 degree 45 north latitude and 124 degree 15 to 125 45 degree east longitude. It is bounded by the Philippine Sea on the east and Bohol Sea on the south and the Samar Sea on the northwest and the Camotes Sea on the west, and the region's land area is dominated by mountainous terrain with narrow coastal plains and rolling hills. The largest islands, as I said earlier, is Samar, which occupy 13,428 kilometer, and Leyte, which is 7,368 kilometer, account for most its total land mass. So that's why Samar and Leyte is have kanang naay duha siya ka island. So that's why we have San Juanico Bridge, diba? And then we all know, or some of us know, that the uniqueness of San Juanico Bridge is kanang sa dapit nga structural nga kuan niya is kanang dapit sa Samar is more siya na porma nga S, and then ang dapit pud sa Leyte is na porma siya nga L. So I have here table of 6 provinces of Eastern Visayas along with its capital and famous for or known attraction. First, we have Leyte. The capital city of Leyte is Tacloban City, and is known for its San Juanico Bridge and MacArthur Park. And also, we have Southern Leyte. The capital is Maasin City, and then the Limasawa Islands, and also they have also Sinulog Festival. The third one is Samar, the Balugan City, and then known for its banig weaving. And then we also know that kanang naay Samar is naadto ang mga nindot na banig, and then nindot nga mga textile nga pagkahimo sa banig. And then the fourth one is the Northern Samar, and then the Katarman is the capital city, and then they also the famous Biri Rock Formation. And then also the fifth one is the Eastern Samar, the Borongan City, and then Homonhon Islands is there known for attraction. And then the last one is Biliran, and then Naval, its capital city, and they have also Higaltangnan Islands and Bagasumbol Festival.
So here are some facts and trivia about Eastern Visayas. First is the Dewey Rock Formation and the Northern Samar are sometimes called as the Stone Age of the Philippines. It is because of their unique rock pillar shaped by wind and waves. Next is Eastern Visayas is known for its vibrant festival such as the Pintados Kasadyaan Festival in Leyte and the Balangge Festival in Samar, which celebrate the history, culture, and the tradition of the region. And did you know that the longest bridge in the Philippines is located in Eastern Visayas? Yes, the San Juanico Bridge, which is the longest bridge in the Philippines, which connect the Leyte and Samar. And second to the last is Leyte was the site where the General Douglas MacArthur famously landed in 1944 during the World War II. This event was a turning point in the Philippine history. And lastly, Eastern Visayas is known as the gateway to the Pacific. It is because it faced the Philippine Sea and it is key point along the eastern seaboard, and it is the first point to enter from the Pacific Ocean.
So without further ado, let's move forward to the lithosphere, land formation, rocks and soils of Eastern Visayas. So we have also table. It also shows the province islands and then major lithosphere or rock formations and soil types and their hazard or notes. First, we have Biliran City, and then known for its volcanic origin, mainly andesite and basalt, active geothermal areas and hot springs. And also their type of soils is volcanic soils, which is fertile upland soils. Under hazard or notes is prone for earthquakes, landslide, and volcanic activities. And the second one is Leyte. Igneous and sedimentary formation. Notable areas is the Ormoc City, which is sedimentary and volcanic, and the Baybay is they have also limestone and alluvium. And also their type of soil is clay loam soils suitable for rice and coconut, and alluvial soils in lowland. They are also prone for flooding in lowlands and erosion in uplands and earthquake also. The third one is we have southern Leyte. The rock formation is volcanic formation with pyroclastic deposit or known for its igneous intrusions. Fertile volcanic loams prone to erosions, and then their hazard is landslide, steep terrain, earthquakes, and also typhoons. And for the northern Samar, they have their limestone and sandstone, and then karst topography, which is known for its berry and rock formation. And then the type of soil is clay and hydrosols, and then their hazard prone is coastal hazards and landslide in steep areas and also earthquakes. And then in Samar, both eastern and western, they have a type of rock formation, limestone, sandstone, shales, and minor volcanic rocks. They have also type of soils, clay and hydrosols also, which less fertile upland soils. Their hazard landslide, coastal hazards, and also earthquake. The last one is Leyte, prominently the last one is Leyte. The rock formation is sedimentary rocks and limestone and also volcanic intrusions. They have also their type of soils, the clay loam and alluvial deposits, and there are flood prone and erosion prone in uplands. So now let's move forward for some notable rock and soil formation of Eastern Visayas. First on the list, we have the Viii Islands Rock Formation and Northern Samar. These are the series of 7 massive sculptural rock formation, including the Magasang, Magsapad, and Balat. It is located at the junction of the San Bernardino Strait and the Pacific Ocean. They are composed of delted marine sedimentary sequences of conglomerates, sandstone, and siltstone, and shales that were formed millions of years ago and sculpted by a powerful wave and tectonic processes. And also, the second one, we have the Sohoton National Bridge, Natural Bridge. The second one, we have the Sohoton Natural Bridge National Park in Samar. This park features an extensive karst system, including a natural stone bridge that connects two mountains, a network of caves such as the Panhulugan and Sohoton caves, with impressive stalactite formation, that's stalactites and stalagmites, and an underground river system. The third one, we have the karst system. The prevalence of limestone formation across Samar and part of Leyte leads to thin, mineral-rich mountain soils that support various forest ecosystem, or the whole, some part of Leyte and Samar. And also the fourth one, we have the volcanic soils, areas around volcanic lakes like Lake Danau in Leyte, and having soils derived from basaltic rocks, which are often strongly weathered and characterized by high iron oxide content. At this juncture, let's talk about the biosphere in eastern Visayas. The biosphere encompasses all regions of Earth, as we know, where life exists, including plants, animals, and humans, and their interaction with the environment. Eastern Visayas is rich in biodiversity due to its tropical climate, fertile soils, forests, mountains, rivers, and coastal ecosystems. First is we have forests and mountains. The region's forests include dipterocarp trees, montane and mangrove forests that provide habitats for endemic species like Philippine eagle and hornbill. So as you can see in the slide, that is the example of dipterocarp trees that is mostly dominant in eastern Visayas. The flora in eastern Visayas is dominated by dipterocarp trees, bamboo species, rattan, and variety of medicinal plants. Mangrove are prominent in coastal areas, especially along the Leyte Gulf and northern Samar, contributing to shoreline protection and biodiversity. And also the fauna in eastern Visayas, we have mammals in Samar and Leyte. They support species such as Philippine deer, wild pigs, and small carnivores like civets. To give you some insight, what is the difference between flora and fauna? Flora refers to all plant life, while fauna refers to all animal life in a particular region. And also the birds of the eastern Visayas, they are also have the rich avian diversity, includes hornbills, kingfishers, and Philippine eagle owl in forested regions. The biosphere of eastern Visayas is a complex and vibrant network of terrestrial and marine ecosystems that supports a wide range of species, including many endemic and endangered ones. The balance between human activity and nature is crucial as the region faces environmental challenges such as deforestation, habitat loss, and climate change. Protecting these ecosystems ensures the sustainability of both biodiversity and the livelihood of local communities. Eastern Visayas stands as a region of both natural wealth and vulnerability. Its lithosphere reflects the dynamic geological history of the Philippines, while its biosphere showcases exceptional biodiversity and human adaptation to challenging environments. Sustainable development depends on balancing environmental protection, economic opportunity, and disaster resilience. As I end my report, I hope that you gain some insight and knowledge, and this time I will give the floor to Miss Cruda.
So the watering of Eastern Visayas. So Eastern Visayas is a region of Philippines made up of many islands that has a unique water system that greatly affect its economy, environment, and the life of its people. So there are main water areas in Eastern Visayas. So the sea and channels around Eastern Visayas are very important to its identity and how it connect with another places. The Leyte Gulf, located between the island of Leyte and Samar, is a key entrance to the Pacific Ocean. It's known for the Battle of the Leyte Gulf during the World War II, and today it remains a busy gateway for transportation, fishing, and trade. Next is the Samar Sea. It's surrounded by Samar, Leyte, and Masbate. It is a great place for fishing, which help many peoples earn a living. So its diverse marine environment are important for the region food supply. Next, we have here the Camotes Seas. It is between Leyte and Cebu. It is another important body of waters known for its sea life and diving spot. And the next is the famous San Juanico Street, a narrow channel between Leyte and Samar. So the San Juanico Bridge or street, also called the Bridge of Unity, crossing it connecting the two islands and making it easier for people and goods to move. So Eastern Visayas has a long coastline that are both helpful and present challenges. So this coastline features mangrove forests, coral reefs, and good fishing areas. So the mangroves protects against the big waves and provide homes for many sea creatures, while the coral reefs are full of life and support local fishing. However, these coastal areas face increasing problems. The coastal erosion is getting worse because of the deforestations, coastal erosion, and also the climate change. The salt water also intrusions into the fresh water is another problem, especially in the low-lying areas, which affect farmings and drinking water. Now let's proceed to the main river in Eastern Visayas. So rivers are very important to Eastern Visayas because it provides a fresh water for farmings, home, and businesses. So the first river is the Leyte River in Leyte, of course. It is important for watering plants which help the region agriculture. So it also provides drinking water for many communities. And then in summer, we have the Viii River which help both farming and fishing, supporting the local economy and food supply. Next is the Catawig River, which is in northern Samar, is important for rice farming, ensuring there are good enough food in the region. And lastly, in the Oras River or Dolores River in eastern Samar, which provide fresh water supporting local environment and people. So there are important lakes in Eastern Visayas. So we have here the Lake Danau in Leyte, a volcanic lake in a natural park which is the source of fresh waters and a home for the various waters animals. So it is protected because of its environmental importance. Next, we have here the B2 Lake in Leyte. It is another lake which is used for fishing, which help the local food production in the region. So Eastern Visayas has a lot of groundwater because of its high rainfall and the type of volcanic rock. So this groundwater is a source of drinking water, especially when the surface water is limited or polluted. So there are major water areas like the Leyte River Basin, the Viii River Basin, and the Catawig River Basin, which are important for managing the water sources well. So these areas include all the land that is drained into the rivers, affecting the amount of waters, its quality, and the health of the environment. So the marine and coastal environment of Eastern Visayas are known for their sea life. So the coral reefs, sea grasses, mangroves, environments provide homes to many sea creatures. So these environments support fishing for important species like tuna, sardines, squid, and shellfish. So there are protected sea areas in Eastern Visayas like the Cuatro Islas in Leyte and the Samars Island Natural Park. These are important for protecting the sea lives and ensuring the fishing is sustainable. So these areas are safe places for sea animals and providing opportunity for tourism. So there are some environmental problems in Eastern Visayas. So even when it's water sources, the Eastern Visayas face environmental problems like flooding, which often happen during a heavy rain, and typhoons, which made worse by this deforestations and poor drain. So this flood can damage buildings, farms, and homes. And also they face challenges like the saltwater intrusion, which is a growing problem in the coastal areas causing by the rising sea levels and extensive groundwater intrusions. So this pollutes the fresh waters, affecting farm and drinking water. So the pollution from farms and homes contaminate the rivers and the coastal areas, harming the sea lives and the peoples living in it. Next is the climate change. It is a big problem of Eastern Visayas with the rising sea levels and warm oceans threatening the coastal communities and marine environment. So these changes required a quick action to protect the region resources and the peoples in Eastern Visayas. But also there are benefits of the water in Eastern Visayas like the water supply, like the rivers, lakes, and groundwaters provide a fresh water for drinking, farming, and businesses. And then the food security, which is the seas, rivers, lakes supporting the fishing provide food for local communities. The transportation, like the seas and channels, facilitate the transportation connecting the island of Eastern Visayas and enabling trade with another region. And now we have also here the economic opportunity like the coastal areas and sea environment support tourism and fishing, creating income and job for local communities. And second to the last is the climate actions like the mangrove forests help regulate the climate by absorbing the carbon dioxide and protecting against the big waves. And lastly, we have here the cultural importance, which is the seas, rivers, and lake of Eastern Visayas are part of the region culture and shaping the local traditions and jobs. So now let's move on to the atmosphere of Eastern Visayas. So Eastern Visayas experience a varying weather patterns. So some areas have a type 2 climate which is characterized by a heavy rainfall from November to January and the absence of a dry season. In the other areas they have a type 4 climate which features a more even distribution of rainfall throughout the years, so along with a short dry season. So because Eastern Visayas faces the Pacific Ocean, it is often the first region to be affected by monsoons and typhoon, significantly influenced by its weather. So the temperature of Eastern Visayas is typically range from 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. So the coolest month are from December to February, and then the hottest month are from April to June. So the rainfall is abundant, generally range to 2,500 to 4,000 annually, with the eastern and northern summer receive the highest amount. So the weather is also influenced by monsoon. So we have here the northeast monsoon, the Amihan, which bring a cool air and heavy rain from November to February, particularly affecting the eastern coast, while the southwest monsoon, the Habagat, which bring warm, moist air and the thunderstorm from May to October. So Eastern Visayas is frequently hit by a strong typhoons due to its location in the Pacific Typhoon Belt. So they are facing in the Pacific Ocean. So one of the major storms that greatly affect the Eastern Visayas is the Typhoon Yolanda in 2013, which demonstrate the area's vulnerability to damage. So the Yolanda or the Typhoon Yolanda impacted the Eastern Visayas, causing extensive damage to homes, businesses, and lives. Now let's proceed to the air qualities of Eastern Visayas. So the air is generally clean in rural and coastal areas, but in the cities like Tacloban, they experience some pollution due to the vehicles and other businesses or factories. So the humidity levels are typically high, ranging to 80 to 85%.